private school. My dad's like Pablo Escobar. I'm innocent. That's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck.
Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
He's the son of a gangster. Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist, like you said.
Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000?
This one hurts to even talk about, because Lil Meech, the son of the legendary Big Meech, is catching major heat right now for what fans are calling the downfall of BMF's legacy. What used to be one of the most respected street names in the game, the blueprint for hustle, loyalty, and brotherhood, is now being dragged through the mud. And at the center of it all, Big Meech's own son. The internet's calling it betrayal, ego, and disrespect rolled into one, and fans are saying the real Black Mafia family don't even recognize what it's turned into. It's crazy because BMF used to mean something heavy. Big Meech built that empire with discipline and vision, a code of loyalty that stood even when the feds came knocking. He turned street power into a global story. But now with Lil Meech out here in Hollywood, the energy just ain't the same. What started as a movement has turned into a meme, and fans are saying Meech Jr. is the reason why. His name used to stand for respect. Now it's trending next to drama, scandals, and reckless moves that got the streets shaking their heads. It all started when Lil Meech began focusing more on the spotlight than the story. The BMF TV show, produced by 50 Cent, gave him his big break. Fans loved that at first. They saw the son of a legend carrying the torch, telling the real story. But somewhere along the way, the fame took over the focus. Rumors of attitude problems, backstage tension, and ego trips started flooding in. Insiders said Lil Meech was acting like he was BMF, not just playing the role. That rubbed a lot of people wrong, especially the ones who knew the real soldiers who built that empire brick by brick. Then came the legal problems. Small at first, but enough to make headlines. Fans were like, "Come on, bro, your dad already walked this path. You're supposed to be smarter." Instead, it started looking like Lil Meech was chasing attention more than legacy. From flashy parties to social media flexes, everything started feeling like he was turning a street empire into a reality show. Even worse, word got out that some of the real BMF members, the ones who were loyal to Big Meech from day one, started distancing themselves from Lil Meech. They said he wasn't keeping it real, wasn't showing love, and wasn't moving how the name deserved. The respect that once came automatically with that last name, gone. And when your father built one of the most legendary movements in hip-hop and street history, that kind of loss hits deep. Fans are saying it plain. Lil Meech ain't honoring the empire. He's entertaining it. And that's the difference between legacy and clout.
Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun. You don't know my dad?
You have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
That was gonna be handled already, so I really took a chance on using the money I had saved up for my family.
Yeah. I apologize for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Once Lil Meech started moving different, fans noticed quick. The man who was supposed to protect his father's name started chasing the Hollywood lifestyle instead. Red carpets, designer fits, celebrity link-ups, all the things Big Meech never stood for. See, the real BMF wasn't about flashing. It was about structure and strategy. Big Meech built an empire with loyalty and organization, not selfies and social media posts. But Lil Meech's version? It started looking like a watered-down copy. All glamour, no grit, and the people who watched his father build that movement from scratch can feel the difference. Even folks close to the BMF TV show started hinting that Lil Meech's attitude was becoming a problem. Rumors came out about tension on set, how he acted like the show was his personal empire, not a tribute to his father's story. Word spread that he was showing up late, clashing with producers, and thinking his last name gave him power. One insider even said, Meech started thinking he was untouchable, just like his character. That blurred line between the real and the role is exactly what's tearing his image apart. Then came the moment that made fans lose all patience, that viral arrest clip. Even though the charges got dismissed later, the optics were bad. Cameras caught Lil Meech in handcuffs, walking like he didn't care. The internet blew up instantly. Fans started comparing him to his father, but not in a good way. They said, Big Meech built BMF out of necessity. Lil Meech out here getting locked up for attention. It was embarrassing, especially for someone carrying such a legendary last name. To make it worse, the real BMF circle started speaking out, quietly but powerfully. Some of the old members went on podcasts and said they didn't recognize what Lil Meech was doing. They said the BMF name should stand for growth, redemption, and power, not drama. One even said Meech Sr. gave him the keys to a Rolls Royce, and he's driving it straight into the wall. That line went viral fast because it summed up everything. Fans felt like Lil Meech was crashing the legacy his father risked everything to build. Even 50 Cent, who helped Lil Meech land his acting role, started moving distant. Remember, 50's all about results and respect. Insiders said he wasn't happy with Lil Meech's public antics, especially the way his behavior started overshadowing the BMF brand itself. For 50, that's bad business. And when 50 starts pulling away, that's never a good sign. Fans began turning on Lil Meech quick, saying he went from the chosen one to the disappointment. They wanted to see him make his father proud, not turn BMF into a punchline. But with every headline and every ego move, that's exactly what started happening.
This Cadillac might take off. Honestly, it's not pulling into the parking lot. It's stopped right now, but it's registered to Lil Meech.
Hey, go ahead and pull into the park.
Now here's where things really started breaking down, because the BMF brand itself is starting to crumble under the weight of Lil Meech's image. What was once seen as a powerful story of redemption and legacy is now clouded with drama, ego, and controversy. The BMF series was supposed to be a celebration of Big Meech's journey, a story of loyalty and brotherhood told through his son's eyes. But lately, fans say it's turning into the opposite, a case study of how fame can destroy everything it touches. People online started calling out the difference between BMF the story and BMF the show. They said the TV version's energy doesn't match the real-life code anymore. Instead of showing the discipline and loyalty that made BMF legendary, the focus has shifted to clout, women, and lifestyle. And that's not sitting right with the real ones who lived that life or respected it from afar. Even Lil Meech's interviews started adding fuel to the fire. He began talking like he is BMF, not just his father's son, saying things like, "I am the legacy," or "I'm carrying this on my back." But fans weren't feeling it. They said, "You can't carry something you don't understand." Big Meech's power came from unity. Lil Meech's fame seems to come from division. The energy's just off. Then came reports that some original BMF associates weren't invited to certain events or premieres related to the show. That's when things got messy. They started speaking out, saying the Hollywood side of BMF was shutting out the real people who helped build it. One even said, they're using Meech's name to sell stories, but they left out the soldiers who lived it. That statement hit deep because it showed how disconnected the current movement is from the real legacy. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the man who helped make Lil Meech a star, started putting more focus on new projects. People noticed he stopped posting about Lil Meech as much. Some say he's frustrated that the BMF brand, which started strong, is now more about gossip than greatness. He even dropped a subtle message on Instagram: "Don't let fame ruin what hard work built." Fans instantly assumed that was aimed at Lil Meech. At this point, it feels like the whole BMF name is caught between two worlds, the real and the fake. The streets still respect Big Meech, but they're losing faith in his son. Hollywood sees Lil Meech as a rising star, but the culture that made BMF famous is calling him out for losing focus. That's why fans say the legacy's collapsing, not because of the past, but because of the present. Now the question everybody's asking, can Lil Meech fix this, or is the BMF legacy already too damaged? The truth is, once the streets lose respect, it's hard to get it back. Big Meech built his name on loyalty, honor, and leadership, things that can't be faked. His son might have fame, but fame fades quick. Respect lasts forever, and right now he's running low on both. The backlash ain't slowing down either. Every new post Lil Meech drops turns into a comment war. People calling him spoiled, arrogant, and disconnected from reality. Some fans say he's acting like he inherited the empire instead of earning it. That right there is the heart of the issue. You can't inherit hustle. Big Meech earned his stripes. Lil Meech is trying to live off the reputation. But here's the twist. Some people close to the situation say it's not too late. Big Meech, even from behind bars, still has influence. Word is he's been sending messages reminding his son to humble himself, focus on the mission, and represent the family name right. That's powerful, because even locked up, Big Meech is still the teacher. The question is whether Lil Meech is ready to listen. 50 Cent reportedly told insiders that he still believes in Lil Meech's talent, but warned him that Hollywood will chew you up if you forget who you are. That's real talk. 50's seen too many artists lose themselves chasing the spotlight. He wanted Lil Meech to honor his father's name, not become a tabloid story. But right now, it feels like the fame's controlling him more than the mission. If Lil Meech wants to fix this, he's got to get back to the roots. Respect, loyalty, and legacy. No more viral drama, no more clout moves. Just real growth, because fans don't want perfection. They want purpose. They want to see the son of a legend act like the legend taught him something. The streets still hold love for Big Meech. That'll never change. But they're disappointed in what his name's being attached to now. The BMF brand went from feared to famous to fragile. And unless Lil Meech learns fast, that legacy could end up buried under bad headlines instead of being remembered for greatness. Because at the end of the day, one truth always stands. You can't build a legacy on ego. Big Meech showed the world what power with purpose looks like. Now it's on his son to prove that name still means something. The streets are watching. The fans are waiting. And if Lil Meech doesn't get it together soon, BMF might be remembered not for how it rose, but for how it fell.